Right, today's video is going to feature this armrest cover. It's not going to feature it, but we're going to change it anyway. Because when I bought this car, it's got a lot of scuff marks on it there. And it's a bit worn on there, but that's obviously where your elbow goes when you're driving. But I just figured I'd replace it. So I actually looked up prices for centre consoles to see if I could get a whole new one to replace it. Really expensive. Somebody makes a carbon fibre cover for this, which is cool, but I don't think it's in keeping with the interior particularly. There are bits of carbon fibre, like on, I don't think it's real carbon fibre, that on and around the clock surrounds, and like the badge has got carbon fibre, but it's not really anywhere else. So I'm going to replace this fabric. I've bought a piece of fabric, supposedly designed to fit this. It was on eBay and it was I think it was just under 40 quid it cost. So first thing we do is we're going to remove this. We're going to take these two screws out there, which should remove the entire lid, and then with a bit of luck, because I'm just guessing by the way, I'm going to take these screws out there, those screws out there, and then maybe some further down. Hopefully that separates this lid into two pieces, which allows us to get this off, which I imagine may be glued on. I've got some glue at the ready, and then we'll replace this with a new piece which will match this actually, because it's suede with thread stitching, so that'll look a bit fresher. So yeah, so handy set of screwdrivers. I've brought every single one I own just in case, because I don't know which one I need. I'm gonna go with the Phillips, and then we'll get this removed and then we can commence. That's quite loose already, that's handy. As per usual, I will store all the screws that I can near where I'm working, so put them in the cup holder. And then we'll take this lid inside and examine. That's probably going to fall off, is it? Is it not? It's going to sit there. Right, so just wiggle on that and that should come out. Easy with two hands, so I'll report back. Right, so it's slightly, maybe marginally easier than I thought. You don't actually need to remove the hinge at all. You can actually leave that screwed in, and if you just take out those two bolts there and those two bolts there, the lid actually comes off. Sorry, 6 bolts, because you've got the two that go through the little sort of like latch thing there as well. So you've got 6 bolts, 6 screws to remove, and the whole thing comes off. And as you can see there, it's stapled around. So I'll just re-glue this. It should stick it, no problem. But we'll take this in the house and then we'll remove it. So here we are inside again, and this is our replacement cover. Boom, look at that. And that's smart. It's a bit saggy at the minute, obviously. But yeah, so I'll get some sort of device to remove these staples, which will probably, oh, they'll just pull out by hand, maybe. That's even easier. Because they're not actually folded in, they're just sort of pressed into plastic. Yeah, they're going to come out dead easy with a thumbnail. Wicked. So, carry on doing this. And then we will lay this new one over, which, as you can see, it's got suede with the red stitching, so it'll match the gear gaiter. It'll be kind of cool. Hopefully kind of cool. But it's not worn, whereas this one is. So this should be dead easy, hopefully, and should look quite good. I'll carry on doing this because this is really unexciting to watch. Very tedious, but they're all out. And we'll just unfold that. It feels like there's a bit, yeah, there is a bit of sponge. I was going to say, it feels like there's a bit of sponge on the other side of it. So that's not actually stuck down at all. It's just laid over it. And then stapled around, which is handy. And there it goes. There it is. And there's the spongy 17-year-old sponge. Amazing. Does it smell? It does actually smell. I can't really decide what it smells of, but it smells of evolution. So this thing is possibly sided, like as in front to rear, it looks like, because it looks like this is, see the angle there versus the angle there. So I'm going to guess that that's going to fit in quite nicely because it's designed to do so. Seems to be working so far. And then if we fold it over to the side, of course it's got crap on it because the table wasn't clean. Top tip, clean your table before you start doing this. You can see how saggy and awful it looks, but it will look good once it's done. Obviously, once it's pulled tight, it'll be fine. Problem is, I haven't got a stapler. Probably should have done this to start with, but never mind. So I haven't got a stapler. I'm going to try and find a stapler. I may have a stapler. I don't think I've got one, but otherwise, I'm just basically going to start using this stuff onto the plastic like that, and then just hold it for as long as I can be arsed, and then move around and keep moving around, keeping it tight, and then move around and carry on until we've got it all kind of glued down. If I can find a stapler, cool. I don't think I've got one though. I mean, yeah, and I'm pretty sure I haven't got a stapler. I'll have a look upstairs just to make sure, but if I haven't, I haven't. I just need to make sure that whatever I do, I keep this proper tight, because I'm gluing it, because I don't want it to be saggy on the other side. As you can see, it already is there, you see all the sag there. So I'm gonna have to sort of make sure I do this properly, otherwise it'll look a bit naff. But it should be easy enough to keep tight, hopefully. And there you can see the red stitching down the side. Kind of cool, kind of dusty already, but yeah. So I'll get on with this. I'll look for a stapler first, because if I've got one, dead easy, because I can just pull it tight, put a staple in, do the other side, put a staple in, and kind of go along, and then work all my way around. If I haven't, it's time for some all-purpose clear glue Bostik. There are other brands available. This hard surface, which is glass and metal, applying glue to both sides, about 10 minutes drying time, then press surfaces together. Absorbent surface applied generous to one surface, and immediately bring the items together. So this is going to be an absorbent surface, with it being like the suede. Applying pressure until glue sets. After use, wipe nozzle with a cloth. Excellent. Not related to this video, but there's the cat. Got to go and take it to the vets while doing this, in the middle of this. So here's a cat off to the vets in a pink thing. So my new plan, because I can't find a stapler, we're going to use the glue, but we're going to use mold grips to, I'm going to glue under there, tuck it down, mold grips on, and then leave it for a while, and do, you know, basically do the same on that side so it's nice and tight. Again, leave it for probably 10 minutes, it says, and then I'll start doing this edge there, and then do that edge there, and then I'll work my way around. It'll be a bit of a longer process than I wanted, because I haven't used the mold grips, but that's the way it is. So I think if I use a piece of cardboard on the side that's going to be visible, so like if I use mold grips with a piece of cardboard on there to push on that, then it's not going to mark the actual suede, hopefully. And that should work quite well, because I can't find a stapler. But then obviously when you bolt the cover back together, it should kind of hold it in place as well, with a bit of luck, because I don't really rest my arm on the armrest, so it's a bit pointless, but it just looked a bit rubbish, so I wanted to change it for a bit of a better one. So let's do that. Mold grips, Bostik, Bosch. And we'll leave it like that for 10 minutes. I'll go and take this thing to the vet. He's not looking very happy about it, but sorry, cat, you've got to go. Nobody likes the vet. So we're done. Give it a hoover or something at some point, but it's weird though, because the camera actually makes it look dustier than it is. In real life, it's like, doesn't look anything like that. It must just be the light. But yeah, okay, so that's, you can see there, you've got the red edging. It's as straight as I could get it. It's not bad actually, to be honest. A little bit off, but not too bad. And it's relatively tight and secure. So once I've screwed this back down, this should be tight and secure for good. Wicked. Let's go and refit it to the car. I think I maybe said you didn't need to remove those two. You do, but you don't need to take the hinge off, but you need to remove those two bolts, because they actually do screw into the actual armrest top part itself. But anyway, so that's that fitted. There you go. Matches. And it kind of matches that as well. That was the whole point. So now it's non-scuff. And there we go. So I've now sort of tidied up the interior of this car a little bit, because I've changed this gear knob. I did the what gear we're in bit, and I've changed that and also changed that. So it's a little bit tidier than it was before. And I think that looks pretty decent actually. Quite nice. Because it's not a direct match for colour for the inserts of the seats, but it's not far off it. Yeah, and also with the red badging. Pretty cool. That'll do us. Armrest cover replaced. Yes, that was pretty straightforward to do. You could just get yourself a bit of fabric for pennies probably, and as long as it's stretchy kind of fabric, because you can get ones that you can shape around wheel arches and stuff. Now you're doing camper vans, that sort of thing, you could just sort of stretch that round, staple it, glue it, whatever, into place, because you get proper like fabric glue. I did a T4 van about nearly 10 years ago. I did all the wheel arches and that with that straight piece of fabric, and then you can just shape it. It's a piece of piss to do. It's quite cheap as well, so because obviously people are doing lots of camper van conversions, so, and you can get a lot of different colours. So you could do with that as well. But that was sort of formed and red stitching to match the gear getter, so you know, it was worth the 30 whatever quid it was. Better than buying a second-hand centre console, which has probably got the same problem with the armrest anyway. So that's sorted and that's done. Dead straightforward anyway, so quite easy. And it just improves that little bit of the inside because it looks a little bit tidier, a little bit cleaner again. So happy days, all good. Some days and I keep thinking I need to do some bigger mods to this car, but I don't really know what I want to do with it. I just like the car as it is. I'm just going to tidy up little bits and pieces here and there more than anything. And I might even go back to the early 2000s and fit like subwoofers and an amp or something, just cause. We'll see. But anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.